So activists are not radicals. We're not activists only because we're speaking on behalf of animals. It should be the case that the radicals are the ones who are harming animals.
So how did we come to this way of living where some animals sleep in our bed and others are used for food, scientific research, exploited for entertainment, and more? How did we get here?
My take-home message of this is that we can all do better by fishes and their lives, and I hope that you'll join me in respecting them and giving them a better world to live in than we have been doing.
Instead of putting the hundreds of millions of dollars into creating exhibits to maintain these large animals in captivity and typically in great misery, the only real conservation can occur in the wild.
Because you are an activist, and inherent in that is hope. The fact that you're taking action is a hopeful act, and hope will win if we don't give in to despair.
So, what is sustainable activism? Well, the main point of it is to help people who help animals. And we started, the In Defense of Animals started the Sustainable Activism campaign to offer emotional and spiritual support to animal activists.
What we're going to talk about today are a few things that you can do to really start to cultivate compassion satisfaction. So if we think about compassion fatigue being kind of an extreme sort of emotion that's kind of heading toward burnout, the opposite extreme is going to be that compassion satisfaction.
So what we're going to do is, aside from smiling, is to try to slow down and breathe and center ourselves, because our vibration resonates with our animal friends. So using holistic energy approaches for our animals involves us, empowers us. And one of the big things I wanted to let you know today is that science is great, but don't forget about intuition.
I want to give you another example of the important role that mountain lions play in the landscape. And that is that by eating animals like bobcats and coyotes, possums and raccoons, by keeping these mesopredator populations low, mountain lions contribute to the health of our songbird population. And so next time you think about a mountain lion, remember that they have impacts all the way down through the ecosystem.
I think bearing witness, which is what we do, is so important because it unifies people into a base that one person now becomes a million people, and that is what brings true change.
You know, in order to solve anything, you have to understand the people that you're trying to work with and work against. It's kind of like knowing I'm not going to call them our enemy, but knowing your opposition, to understand the opposition. And once you understand the opposition, you could understand where they're coming from and then come up with solutions to the problem with the understanding.
What helps the animals is joining conservation groups, giving money to land trusts, supporting candidates who want to do something good about the environment, not candidates who want to put as a head of the EPA somebody who hates the environmental protections that took decades to put in place. Those are the things that make a difference, and those are the things everybody has to do.
At the end of the day, we shine our light not to change the world, but we shine our light because that's who we are. And that in itself inspires a lot of hope. Because again, we don't have to be attached to the outcome of, well, I'm doing this to change the world, and then the world doesn't change and we feel despondent. No, we're not doing this to change others. We're doing this because it's the light that shines inside of us. And it's the light that we have come here to brighten up the world. And that's all we have to focus on, being true to who we are, keeping our hearts open, shining our light brighter, singing our gentle voice louder, and inspiring others around us. And if we just keep our focus on that, then by doing that, we will be changing the world.